You already know what time it is. You've known it all day. Your phone tells you, your laptop tells you, the microwave tells you. So explain to me, why would a rational, intelligent human being spend $20,000 on a watch? That question sounds simple. The answer will disturb you.
Think about the last time you noticed someone wearing one. A boardroom, a handshake, a glance across a restaurant. Something shifted, almost invisibly, in how you read that person. You didn't decide to think differently about them. You just did, automatically, instantly, without a single word being spoken. That moment wasn't accidental. It was engineered.
Rolex has spent over a century constructing something that has nothing to do with time. They built a silent language, a wearable signal that bypasses conversation, bypasses resumes, bypasses every social filter humans have developed, and lands directly in the oldest part of the brain, the part that decides, within milliseconds, who has power and who doesn't.
Here's what makes it darker. Rolex deliberately limits supply, not because they can't scale. They can. They choose not to. Because scarcity doesn't just raise price, it rewires desire. The human brain doesn't want what it can have. It obsesses over what it can't. Rolex understood this before behavioral economics had a name. Waitlists that stretch years. Authorized dealers who look you in the eye and tell you the Submariner simply isn't available while it sits in a case behind them, reserved for a client who spends more. They don't sell watches. They sell the feeling of having been chosen. And that's where it stops being about Rolex entirely. Because the person wearing one isn't just buying metal and mechanics. They're purchasing a story about themselves, one they never have to tell out loud. A story about arrival, about being the kind of person for whom time itself is an accessory. Neuroscience calls it identity-based consumption. When a purchase becomes part of how you see yourself, the price becomes irrelevant. You're no longer buying an object, you're protecting a self-image. And no one will talk you out of protecting who they believe they are.
Rolex doesn't advertise features. They never have. They sponsor exploration, mountaineers, deep-sea divers, Formula One. Not because those people need accurate timekeeping, because Rolex is selling you the idea that the watch on your wrist is the same one worn at the edge of human possibility. They're not telling you it's a great watch. They're telling you something about the kind of person who wears one. So the next time you see that crown on someone's wrist, that quiet, heavy, unhurried crown, understand what you're actually looking at. You're not looking at a timepiece. You're looking at a century of psychological engineering condensed into 40 millimeters of steel. Designed not to tell you the time. Designed to tell everyone else who you are.